we're coming to one of my most informative, not mine. I found it informative. Okay. This is historical average speed to answer and call abandonment rate. Does this surprise you, or does it match your understanding of where we're at? Now, because of this, you have the facts and figures to go along with what might be some of your assumptions. You can see that maybe the drop in our customer satisfaction scores over the last few years is right here. Look at this. 2010, 2020, 2021, 2022, the average speed to answer has hugely increased, um, as has abandonment rate. So this is clear proof, and this is, I'm reading from the report here. This is clear proof that customers are not over exaggerating their frequent experiences with long queue times. Some sectors, utilities, public sector, and housing in particular, are reporting extremely long queues, and this needs to be looked at urgently. Now, there has to be some kind of there is a correlation, isn't there? Whether it's causation or not, but there is definitely we're seeing customer satisfaction scores, however they're measured or whoever's doing it, dropping. Yet at the same time, our average speed to answer has gone from, in 2019, 40 seconds to 2022, 120. Let's have a look. Graham says, COVID, an inflexible tech. Very true. Alan says, lack of a clear resource plan. You know, I think you look at something like this. I must admit, I was come to the page prepping for today, and I thought, wow, that is surprising, disappointing, but with our positive pants on, yeah. If we corrected this alone, we would see an upturn in happy customers, a better perception of the industry. This would be better for our agents, because people that are waiting this long to answer, when they get through, are not happy, are they? Or for that matter, resource. Danny says, my experience is that AHT targets have remained broadly the same throughout the last 20 years. However, handling time has increased as self-service taken away the simple stuff. Combined with redundancies, headcount reduction, we have more complex issues taking longer to handle. Working in a targeting resourcing model that doesn't yet allow for advisors to get everything spot on first time, every time. So true. Bev says it's all the messaging at the front end of the IVR, the front of the IVR. So many messages about what to do, what not to do, where to go, website. Oh, all right, then hang on if you insist. That kind of over the top deflection, right, Bev, is what you're talking about. And I know you're a big advocate of, like, just get them in. We also have customers that have rediscovered voice calls through COVID and have decided to continue with that channel as a preference. I know, Danny, from our previous stats that we've shared here, that voice is as prevalent as a chosen channel as ever. Absolutely is the key. Rachel, yes, I do. Yeah, hoodies can go international. Just message me on LinkedIn afterwards. Matt says, no surprises, but isn't it embarrassing? I bet 2023 is no better. COVID should have explained 2 years, but we did a poor job of communicating to stakeholders the value of the resources needed. You know, you've got a very kind of unemotional, dry, yet extremely informative, right, document, like Contact Babel's reports, saying this needs to be looked at urgently. I agree with Matt. You know, it is embarrassing, But it should be seen as the Pareto moment, right? Right here, right here is how we can improve the perception of our industry and the customer satisfaction scores. Answer the call. Get prepared. Get ready to answer the call. Make your process about getting to people quickly. Darren says, I think there's still a lot of imbalance in getting the advantages of tech in, coupled with the actual development resources available to actually get the work done to drive the efficiencies. I don't think everyone gets this right, which then means you've planned resources, but the tech hasn't kept up. This comes back to customer first, getting the whole business bought into CX. There you go. You summarized that far better than me, Darren. But, I think like Matt, like Darren, like Danny and Bev, this is something we need to look at. This should be kind of, what are we going to do about this, in a positive way, right? We're in this industry because we're problem solvers. We're in this industry because we like fixing things and we like doing things for people. Well, here's our thing to fix. And any companies who constantly have higher than normal IVR messages need to reevaluate what normal is and budget accordingly. I mean, not even if you weren't in the industry and you heard that, it's guaranteed to antagonize, isn't it? You're basically opening your contact with a customer by saying that you're not competent. Um, they're not higher than normal, are they? Otherwise, you wouldn't have a recorded message. But we haven't connected answering to satisfaction to business value in the mind of stakeholders. Um, Hyped marketing by vendors and over-promising efficiency by leaders gave them an excuse not to invest. We need more bums on seats, and we should be able to attract them more now, Matt. Right? Because we're saying these aren't going to be transactional stuff. It's going to be nice things to get stuck in. Nice. It's going to be things that you get you to use your brain, and you're going to be interacting with cutting edge tech. Would be great to be able to say. Many orgs don't think twice about spending 30K on tables at awards to celebrate how great their customer experience apparently is. Spend it on an extra person and buy some availability to deal with the customer experience. From Dev Spencer, loads of freebies everywhere. There were at the expo, weren't there, mate? So I think that comment came. My feed sometimes is a bit doolally. So yeah, Danny, I think this is right. It's fix this to the companies out there. If you're a budget holder, budget influencer, fix this, because this is 2022 is the highest yet recorded for calls abandoned and average speed. And you wonder how many of those people that abandoned, right, tried other avenues first. So this wasn't the start of their journey of interacting with a company. It's towards the end, after trying self-serve. They haven't got the answers they were looking for on a website. They've queued for too long, and then they've abandoned the call. It's awful. And interestingly, there was a study done, wasn't there, that showed people over exaggerate the time that they wait. When they're asked to estimate how long they waited, they massively overestimate. So if you've been waiting 120 seconds and you were asked how long you've waited, you're probably going to say 5 minutes. That's their perception that they carry on and tell other people. Graham, hello, Graham. AHT is a measure for the whole business, not just the contact center. Why can't agents solve on first-time contact? Consider training, recruitment, business knowledge, access to solutions. Report the latter to seniors. They are charged with providing solutions to the front end. Think outside the bubble on this and share knowledge. So true. Cost of tables at awards equals different budget, different owner. Joined up decisions would be good. And that's in response to Danny's point, I think. I think one of the things as well is that contact center are just getting driven. Come on, you've got to do this. Answer the calls, answer the calls, answer the calls. The solution to this sits in the decision makers. So no wonder FCR and CSAT are divergent when people are making up what FCR is and how they measure it. So true. People want to talk to you and not queue too long because they have high urgency issues. All the help from tech to offer more services, try and retain custom, surface unappreciated needs, etc., has just increased interaction complexity and length. So true, Pete. We're all busy trying to be the best looking guy in the Burns unit, flexing on how we're not as bad as everyone else is. Serve your customers and differentiate that way. I'm not laughing at Burns, but I am, but you know what I mean. This leads to hoping the pariah of all contact centers channel hopping. Yeah, sorry, Alan. Um, Customers always overestimate how long they've been waiting. Yeah, it's still not great, as that will be their takeaway and what they tell other people. Danny says, Nick, it was meant more as a generalization. It all comes out of the same big pot, even if local budgets are ring fenced. Yeah, I think it's more about, we've got this much across all our departments. Where's our biggest need right now? If we're true about being customer first organization, this is where the money should be spent. Yeah, sorry, Alan. Channel hopping, exactly, the pariah of all contact centers. What I have got, let me just make a note of this for next week. I've got a few other slides, but I think this has been a good place to stop and to contemplate what we're doing. This is our call to arms, right? For the people that are around us in the industry that maybe haven't seen this, this is what we should be talking to them about. This is what we should be trying to address. The money shot. This is indeed the money shot. This is where we need to be spending money, because this cannot carry on if it's continuing to go up. And be interesting to see 2023, wouldn't it? This is where we should be at. Now, I've gone over. I do apologize. Thank you all so much for attending, for the conversations as well. It's the highlight of my week, and I hope it gives you some food for thought to go away with, influence others, take great actions, and just carry on being awesome human beings. So from me and from all the crew there, including The Rock, thank you, Chris. Hold on. This is dramatic. Many of the graphs don't show marked differences between times or org sizes. This is a biggie. I will leave you with this as we head out. Plus, there's the staff morale impact from high waiting times. Exactly. Starting each call with an apology takes its toll. So true. Great. Thank you, Graham. Thanks, Alan. Thanks to you all. Have a great week, and I will see you next Tuesday. I'll load it up later on today. Send you all invites, and see you all next week. Thanks very much for being part of this community. Bye, everybody.